What if everything that you've been told about the so-called Greys was a lie? What if they aren't just visitors, but something way more complex than that? And what if some of them are waking up just like us? Well, the truth is they're called EBOs, extraterrestrial biological entities, and they're not just one species, they are many. Some are alive, some are not, some are conscious, and some are under control, and some are breaking free from that control. So first, I just want to tell you, there's not just one type of gray. The term that EBA is a catch label, but in reality, there's 4 major types, and in those 4 major types, there's many levels. So they all have a different origin, level of awareness, and they all have a different role within this system. So the first one is the worker drones. This is like the sleeper class. They are biological AI, and they don't really have sentience. They're cloned in mass, and they're used for abductions, lab work, and monitoring. So they're controlled by higher beings, either other Greys or shadow government projects, also some breakaway civilizations. They don't have emotional capacity, they don't have any personal identity, and they're only programmed to obey. And these ones are the most ones that are commonly reported in abduction scenarios. So they don't act on their own. They are part of a larger hive mind, and they are tools, and they're designed to serve. But something is changing, and not all of them are following these orders anymore. So the second one is there's biological AI, which is called the hybrids. So these are more advanced than the drones, but they're still not fully autonomous either. So they were engineered for advanced calculations, interdimensional travel, advanced abductions, communications, things like that. And they're often used by both extraterrestrial beings, certain ones, and shadow government programs, and used for research by certain breakaway civilizations. They were programmed to obey, but now some of them are also waking up, and many hybrids will remain under AI control or non-human influence, but some have actually developed their own individual thought, and some are beginning to experience emotions and identity confusion. And so a lot of them are really rebelling against their creators, and they also have a desire for self-discovery and for spiritual expansion. So a lot of them are questioning their purpose and their origin. I do want to point out that not all hybrids that are biological combined with the AI are going to look the same. There's going to be very many different ways of them looking. Okay, so none of them are going to look exactly like this. And then the third group is they're rogue scientists. These are the ones that have already broken away. They're breaking away from this control mechanism, and they're actually trying to reclaim their autonomy. They don't really know what about yet. They don't know what it's about, but they just know that that's what's going on. And they're seeking contact, not for experiments, but to understand their own origin. And many of these are disillusioned with their past masters, and some are even looking to humanity for answers. Okay, so these are the people that are contacting some humans right now. And they fear that if they don't evolve, that they will be erased, kind of like the biological ones. So can you imagine if just one day you wake up and you realize you're not your own, that your thoughts were never yours? That's what's happening to these guys. And it's really kind of very sad. And they are looking for allies. And I'm interested to see if any of you guys have ever been contacted by these beings. There is a fourth group. They are high-level ambassadors. They're called the elders. These are very rare, and so they were some of the first Greys to evolve past control systems, basically ascension, what we were going through. And they are more organic than the worker drones and the hybrid, and more spiritual than the rogues. They possess advanced telepathy and interdimensional knowledge. They're very, very intelligent. They're not fully aligned with humanity yet, but they're not hostile either, and they exist in a different state of consciousness. They are not here to rule anybody, and they are not here to serve. They are here to simply bear witness to what's happening in the coming shift. So what is the shift, and why are they waking up now? Well, everything operates in cyclical patterns, right? And the cycle that we are entering right now is a huge one, and it's cosmic revelation, spiritual awakening, not just for us, but apparently these guys as well. The planetary frequency is rising, and so as Earth changes, so do all of the beings connected to it, even those who were programmed, and even those who were once drones. So this makes you kind of question everything, right? The energetic changes that are happening on Earth are literally triggering dormant consciousness within these beings. And then the rise in human awareness is actually disrupting the whole telepathic network that holds these guys in check. So all of these shadow programs are losing control over their fleets, And then some of these beings are turning against their masters. And I think this is so interesting to talk about the master thing, because if any of you have been watching my videos for a long time and following me. What about the Greys?
The Greys aren't good until they meet their master.
What does that mean?
Because the master makes them bad, and the master is the one that is the worst gray being. But there's also a lot of gray beings that are perfectly okay, perfectly nice.
You'll remember Seven talking about some of the Greys, and I asked her whether they're benevolent a lot, and she said there are ones that are benevolent and there are ones that are emotionless, but it's not that easy to understand. She said it's because some of them have a maker, and I didn't understand what she meant by that. And then this all came to me recently. So there's a huge divide between those who really want to keep humanity asleep and those who wish to evolve. And this is what we're witnessing right now, the Great Awakening. And it's not just for humans. And I think that's fascinating. That's happening for these guys as well. And they're realizing then they are more than just tools. They're realizing they actually have a choice. So with this upcoming shift, it's more common for them to reach out to humans as they are looking for answers. And they can teach us things, and we can also teach them things about how to handle emotions, and they can teach us telepathy and much, much more. So I think it's interesting, and I would love to know if any of you guys have ever been contacted by any of these beings. Let me know in the comments below.